All right. Make sure that that you can hear me. Can I be heard?
You can. Go for it.
Okay. Everyone, welcome to the Jewish Voice. I'm so excited to be here with you this evening with every guest I have, I tell you, is unbelievable. But every guest I've had on is unbelievable. So I'm telling you the truth. All right. So let me tell you a little bit about this gentleman. Some ask, what is the sound of one hand clapping? And he says, what is the sound of 600 sets of keys jingling on a downbeat? And how shall we inspire the audience to do it? Well, that is Billy Jonas. For 25 years or more, because this might be a little bit old, I'm not sure. Performer, singer, songwriter, composer, multi-instrumentalist, and educator. He has perfected the art of the neo-tribal hootenanny with audiences around the globe, using voice, guitar, and industrial repercussion, which I have some in my kitchen. Each concert is a soul spelunking, heart-healing, joy-filled journey. It is my pleasure to introduce the man who beats to his own drum, the incredible Billy Jonas.
Let's see, am I unmuted?
Yeah, you are. Hi, Billy.
Hi, can you see me yet?
I see just a very hand. There you are.
There we are. Hi.
Yeah. Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
I've seen you from afar because I'm at the biennials and I see you up there banging on the cans and on the buckets and on gas tanks. I don't know what you're hitting up there, but it's, whatever that is.
Well, this is my 5-gallon barrel bucket that I use for keeping the downbeat, the bass drum. But I also play guitar and sing, and that's probably what we'll do mostly tonight.
Yes, well, we got to hear a little bit of everything tonight because I promised people they would hear a lot of the incredible rhythmic things that you do as well.
All right, well, we can do that for sure.
All right. So first of all, Susie, are you on? Susan Linda, are you on?
I'm on. I'm here. Hi. Hi, Billy.
Susan is co-host of the Jewish Voice, and she knows you, Billy, a lot better than I do. So tonight, I'm going to indulge a lot and allow her to do a lot of the questions because she knows you so well. But before we go any further, would you tell us a little bit about your background, how you ended up where you are?
Sure. Let me check. Is my voice loud enough or too loud?
It's perfect.
Okay,
Perfect.
great. So I am coming to you from Asheville, North Carolina, but my journey began in Chicago, Illinois. That's where my parents still live in Hyde Park on the south side, and I was a member of a congregation called Rotfeit Tzedek. And around the time that I started going to Hebrew school there, I also was going to summer camp, and that was at a secular camp, a YMCA camp in Michigan called Martin Johnson. And when I was there in the early 70s, the counselors would gather around the campfire and they would sing these new songs called Blowin' in the Wind and Leaving on a Jet Plane. And I just remember this amazing feeling of being in this clutch, basically. Do you know what I mean? That's a term from rugby. It's like everybody, a scrum of people around a fire. And this one guy with a guitar standing up in the middle and one with a bucket and one with a harmonica. And I just thought, this is amazing. At 8 years old, I said, this is primordial. This is primal. This is a tribal connection that is timeless. And it's been like this for thousands of years. I could feel that. And I thought, this needs to happen everywhere, not just at camp. So that combined with this sense of Judaism that came from being in Hebrew school led me on this path towards being a musician, a singer-songwriter, a composer of music that involves everybody around and lets participation be the name of the game. I just love that campfire from when I was 8. I can still see it in my mind. Creating that wherever I go. It sounds like you can empathize with that.
Yeah, I went to Camp Coleman. So did Susie, and
I've been there.
Those Shabbos nights.
I've been to Camp Coleman many times. Bobby and I are friends, and it's very similar in terms of that feeling. It's amazing, and so that's the foundation of the journey. Though this was the 70s, and so synagogue was kind of oppressive at that time for me, and it's just like, and I kind of went off on a little spiritual smorgasbord journey. And I'll try to make this quick, but the way I came back, I thought, all right, I've been going to these Native American sweat lodges and this New Age Jubilee church, and I've been going occasionally to the synagogue and stuff, and nothing was really filling the bill. And so I said, I'll make my own religion. And I opened up my calendar and I thought, well, I'll just pick and choose from all the traditions and put them on the calendar so I don't have to build a spiritual hospital every time I'm in need. And the first place that I said I'll do it on the cross quarters of the year, on, the equinoxes and the solstices, because I wanted a connection to the planet and to my body and to community. So I said the cross quarters of the year. The next one was in the fall. It was the fall equinox. And I said, great. On September 21st, I will do a fast and a sweat, a Lakota style sweat. And I wrote it in, and I noticed that Yom Kippur was just a couple days on the other side of that. And then I said, in the winter, at the winter solstice, I'll do a fire to do a return of the light ritual and the cloistering. And I said, oh, look, there's Hanukkah, just a few days before. And then in the spring, I'll do a re-greening of the earth, a rebirth ritual. And I saw, Passovers. And it was right at number 3 that I went, somebody thought of this already. And it was that sort of naive, that naivete that brought me back. And I went, why don't I just be Jewish? It's all kind of thought out already.
I love it.
And I can dress it up, but my foundation, the matrix that I'll use will be Jewish. And so that's what sort of led me into feeling comfortable reclaiming it and claiming it. And here we are.
Beautiful. How'd you get to Asheville?
Well, I was traveling a lot in the late 80s after college and met people that lived here. And it had mountains and music and magic. And I stopped by. I was running all over the country, and I stopped here and I stayed. Actually, I took one little trip away and then came back and stayed. Yeah, it's been good.
You chose probably one of my most favorite places in the country to live.
Oh,
I mean, Asheville is gorgeous.
I've been very grateful to be here. My daughter is 5 3/4, and we have a half-acre backyard in the middle of the city. Like, we couldn't do that in Chicago. We've got chickens back there. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
I love it. I love it. I know Susan's going to have a lot of questions too, but could we just break for a moment and let you just do whatever you want to do musically to let us see a little bit about who Billy Jonas is as an artist?
Let's see. The thing that I would do would take just a little bit of time to set up, and I have to go out to my car to get something for that. So there will be a commercial break when we do that. So right now we'll do Kol Han Shema. And this is a song that I often do with people at camp. I do it with kids in the religious school at Congregation Beth Tefillah, where I help out with Sunday school music, and I'm also occasionally a cantorial soloist. And it's got a dance for you. Try this. You snap, clap, and then double clap, and then a snap, clap. So it goes snap, clap, double clap, snap, clap. Kol Han Shema, Kol Han Shema, Kol Han Shema, Te Hallelujah, praise. All right, let's do it. You've got the keys to the kingdom. Let's find I've got a drum around here. There it is. Don't go away. I'm getting my drum.
Not to worry. We were the ones that kind of confused you about the time. So you take your time. We're here. We're here.
All right. So this is a frame drum. It's a North African style frame drum. It's got a hole in the bottom so that I can spin it like that. And I'm going to put some bells on my ankles that have a mute on them. This is a very professional mute. It's an old sock with a hole in it. But these bells are from Pakistan. And for those unfamiliar with my music, I like music to be a full-body sport. And I believe this is a window into embodied Judaism. And what I mean by that is that we use our minds, we use our bodies, we use our hearts all together simultaneously so that our embrace of our tradition is also an embrace of ourselves and of our community and the fact that we are here on planet Earth together.
Wonderful.
So that's why I've got bells on my ankles and I do a lot of hand motions with everything. Let's try that snap clap. Kol Han Shema, Kol Han Shema, Kol Han Shema, Te Hallelujah, praise. And you might need to mute just so that it doesn't cut in and out between us. You got it. A psalm of King David, Psalm 150 that many of you know, with some additional words. So basically I co-wrote this with King David. It goes like this. Praise in the temple, praise in the street, praise God in the eyes, every face you meet. Praise for your partner, praise for your foe, praise for everyone and everything you know. Oh, and Shema, oh, and Shema, oh, and Shema, say hallelujah, praise. Call and Shema, call and Shema, call and Shema, say hallelujah, praise. Praise for your working, praise with your play, praise what you're thinking, every word you say. Praise with your dreaming, praise through the night, praise with every action, praise with all your might. Call and Shema, call and Shema, call and Shema, say hallelujah, praise. Call and Shema, call and Shema, call and Shema, say hallelujah, praise. Praise with a trumpet, praise with a flute, praise with a harp, praise with a lute, praise with a bucket, praise with a pot, praise with crashing cymbals, everything you got. Hey, call and Shema, call and Shema, call and Shema, say hallelujah, praise. Call and Shema, call and Shema, call and Shema, say hallelujah, praise.
Oh, that was wonderful.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness! I've been watching you in awe at biennials and different things for many years. You're just such an incredibly creative talent, and it's just wonderful to watch.
Thank you. And I'm moving this sign over because I could see it was partially in. And I just like people to see it so they'll say, "What's that?"
Right. So tell us about the Billy Jonas Band.
I'm so glad you asked. I have an ensemble, 2 ensembles. One is called the Billy Jonas Band, and that's with 3 other people, occasionally 2 others when we're traveling long distances. Ashley, Juan, and Sherman, and we all sing harmony, 4-part harmony together, and we all bang on garbage cans and repercussion. One of us plays the bass, and one of us plays a marimba, which I'll show you perhaps. And we do both secular and religious music. And so I always say, welcome to the Billy Jonas Band, even when it's me solo, because you guys were just the dance ensemble. You're all part of the band, and that's what it's all about. And then the second ensemble is called Abraham Jam. And it's not a jam band. It's 3 members of the Abrahamic faiths, Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. And I don't have a sign for them yet. But Abraham Jam is me, David Lamott, and Dawood Warnsby. Dawood is Muslim. He lives in Canada. David is Christian. He lives about 16 miles away in Black Mountain, North Carolina. And we love each other, and we love making music together. So we have 2 CDs, and we have a movie coming out, a little documentary coming out this fall. It's actually been to film festivals, and it's won some awards. So if people want to find out about that, we would love to keep people in the know, and you'll let us know how we stay in touch with people. So that's what I do.
Yes. No.
Yeah.
I was ready to write it down.
Oh, AbrahamJam.com. That's the website. Abraham Jam. All the faiths that are Abrahamic: Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. I'm the Jewish guy.
I was thinking, I bet you're the Jewish guy. Susie, chime in.
Hi, Billy.
Hi, Susie. I never call you Susie, though. I always call you Susan. Are you Susie now?
Rochelle is probably the only person who does call me Susie.
Really?
One of the only, but it's great. It's our little thing we got.
Yeah, I love her. She's my Susie.
Do you think that we first met in '98 at Havana Shira? Were you there in '98?
No, I was. My first year was 2006.
Okay, so we didn't meet till long after.
Right.
Because I was there 98, 99, and 2000, or 99, 2000, 2001, something like that. And then I came back in 2012 for a bunch of years.
Yeah, but I think I met you before 2012, and I don't remember where.
Out and about.
Between Biennial and Song Leader Boot Camp and Havana Shira, and yeah, I've been a huge follower for a long time.
Oh, well, likewise. I love being able to hear your music and be inspired by your energy and inspiration. So,
Thanks. Thanks.
She's really something. In fact, it's because of Susie that the Jewish Voice was my inspiration. She was my inspiration to do this program, to start this program, not just because of COVID, but because she knew just about every single Jewish artist out there. And I thought, well, if she knows all those people, and a lot of those people know me, but I don't know them because we all know each other through our music. It's time we all get to know each other. And what better time than during COVID?
I love it. It's a big family, and it's nice to be connected. So I'm grateful.
We are.
Well, that was one thing that I love the most is, I could go see, anybody, Billy Joel, Elton John, whatever, and I sit in the audience and they have no idea who I am. But, going to all these conferences and being amongst these, artists and teachers and people that I just look up to and admire, and I it's hard to sing your songs, Billy, because I can't remember all the lyrics in your songs, but I do admire all of them.
I'm working on some simple ones. I'll finish.
No,
Billy, there's no way you could do a little bit of the cat one, is there?
Let's see. I will happily oblige that. And we've
It's
got
hard.
a first.
We have to be your audience, right? We have to come up with the cat names.
That's right. And so I like to tell people that this is part of the dialogic nature of Judaism. This is inspired by the Mishnah. You got one rabbi here and one rabbi here on the page talking to each other over time and space, and it's all about dialogue. And that's what I believe is at the core of this tradition is dialogue, is turning things, looking at all the facets through conversation. And so this is one of the examples of that, is a musical example of that. What kind of cat hangs out in a house?
a house cat.
Yep. What kind of cat hangs out in an alley?
Alley
An
cat.
alley cat.
What kind of cat is a chocolate candy bar?
Kit Kat.
Kit Kat. What kind of cat are you? What kind of cat are you? Tell me true. What kind of cat are you? I'll give you the clue. What kind of cat are you? We're out of tune. What kind of cat has the first name of Tom?
Tomcat.
What kind of cat is really, really scared?
Scaredy cat.
What kind of cat hangs out at the coffee shop?
Copycat.
What kind of cat is actually a fish? Fish.
Catfish.
Catfish.
What kind of cat breaks into places at night?
Cat burglar.
Cat burglar. What kind of cat hangs out with Batman?
Catwoman.
What kind of cat has 1,000 legs?
A caterpillar.
What kind of cat's a big expensive car?
Cadillac.
What kind of cat are you? What kind of cat are you? Tell me true. What kind of cat are you? I'll give you the clue. What kind of cat are you? It gets harder. Put on your thinking cap. Because the next ones are not cats. They're cows. What kind of cow is a boy who rides a horse?
Cowboy.
What kind of cow is a girl who rides a horse?
Cowgirl.
What kind of cow is a bell?
Cowbell.
What kind of cow do you sit on in the living room?
Couch.
What kind of cow helps you do your taxes?
A
Accountant.
What kind of cow is scared and really timid?
Coward.
Coward. What kind of cow do you make your lunch on in the kitchen?
A counter.
What kind of cow comes out of your mouth when you jump off a high place?
Oh.
Cowabunga.
Oh, get out.
I'm going to ask again, and you guys pretend like you knew. What kind of, and everybody at home watching this, or wherever you are, shout it at your screen. What kind of cow comes out of your mouth when you jump off a high place?
Cowabunga!
What kind of cow were you? Everybody say, what kind of cow were you? Tell me true. What kind of cow were you? I'll give you the clue. What kind of cow were you? 2-finger clap. Put on your thinking cap, 'cause the next ones are not cats or cows. They're Jews.
Uh-oh.
You ready?
Ready.
What kind of Jew kicks your butt?
Judo.
That's right, or jujitsu. And what kind of Jew plays music when you give it a quarter?
A jukebox.
What kind of Jew is a drink you have on the veranda in the South?
Orange Jews.
Or a mint julep. And
Oh.
what kind of Jew is the fifth planet from the sun?
Jupiter.
What kind of Jew comes after May?
June.
What kind of Jew comes after June?
July.
And this one my wife gave me, so I love it. What kind of Jew comes out of your mouth when you sneeze?
A Jew.
A Jew, yeah! What kind of Jew are you? Clap along! What kind of Jew are you? Tell me, Jew. What kind of Jew are you? I'll give you the clue. What kind of Jew are you? That's all my clue. The song is through.
All right. That's fantastic. You're wonderful with limericks and rhymes. You're so fast. So tell us a little bit more about you. So where did you go to college?
I went to school in Ohio at Oberlin College. Can you hear me okay still? Yeah.
Perfectly.
I was muting while I was tuning. Oberlin, I was there from 82 to 87, and I studied anthropology. And while I was there doing that, I was in a band called the Big Bang Theory. And in the Big Bang Theory, it was basically a performance art garbage collective. And we collected garbage cans and sticks and stuff from all over campus. And we had our final big thing was this ritual we did. We did lots of concerts and had lots of songs. And there were 8 of us all banging on stuff and singing. But the final thing we did was called the Full Moon Ritual. I know that's an original name for a full moon ritual, but it was called the Full Moon Ritual. It's October 18th. We put up signs all over campus that said, October 18th, full moon, bring sticks. And then we gave a location and a time. And people showed up, like 200 folks came. And we had set up this circle of garbage cans out in the arboretum that's at the south end of campus. And we went out there, and the sky was completely cloudy. It was just, not the night to have a full moon ritual. And we had built this huge we built a huge bonfire once everybody got out there. We'd stacked the wood, we lit it, and people started drumming and dancing, and it was all improvised once it started. We'd set up the scene, but we couldn't make the moon appear for a ritual, we thought, so we just danced and sang. And then at about 20 minutes in, everybody stopped and just spontaneously put their hands up, and we all started just humming towards the sky. And the clouds parted just like this, and the moon said, "Hi, I love you," for a minute. Then
Oh my gosh.
And
Magical.
I have people that still come up to me. This is 30 years ago, 34 years ago. It's people that still come up to me and say, "That happened, right? You were there." They just need the affirmation because it was outrageous. And
Wow.
the reason I go into that is that was the moment where I said, "Okay, there's more going on here than I can logically
Comprehend.
Yeah, that's right." And it was an opening for me because up to that point it was all theoretical about God and about spirituality, and I liked the idea, I liked the trappings of ritual and all that, but the God thing was sort of, what is God? It was very abstract, and suddenly that moment I just said, all right, from this moment on I'm just going to assume it's real, it's true, even though I can't logically comprehend or explain it. So that was that was the ultimate experience of my college time, was this totally extracurricular thing. But Oberlin was a wonderful place. Many people probably know it as a place of activism, a place of open-minded exploration. A lot of creative folks come out of there, and I'm still in touch with a lot of those folks.
Yes. So what happened after Oberlin? Then where did you go?
See, I went to Chicago for 2 years to the Uptown neighborhood, and that's where I began being a singer-songwriter. And I collected way too much garbage and instruments, we called them, in my apartment. And after 2 years, I said, enough of the big city. And then I went on this 2-year journey, and that's when I found Asheville. And I was in Vermont, I was in Minnesota, I was in Texas, I was in Washington State, and just checking out different places to be, working as a camp counselor. And
you were single at that time, I assume?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow. So you really got to taste a little bit of life the way you wanted to.
That's true, and it wasn't necessarily a happy time. It was a rich and valuable time. I was pretty stressed out. I didn't know where I was going and what I was doing, and I wasn't carefree. I was really looking for my place and how to make music a part of my life. And when I landed in Asheville, things got a little bit easier. I very quickly began making a living as a musician. And it still took about 2 years, but yeah, that's the journey after college that led me to Asheville.
So one more question, because your life is so fascinating. So now do you work you make a living now as a musician with a band? And
Yeah, I do work with the Abraham Jam, work with the Billy Jonas Band, and work solo. And the best part of it is on Thursdays I do music at my daughter's Montessori school. That's part of my deal. But otherwise, I do some stuff for families, some stuff for adult Jewish audiences and secular audiences, and some stuff for kids. And I'm working as a musician. You know, COVID has changed the definition of full time. But
that was going to be my next question. How did COVID affect you?
Yeah, so I'm doing a lot of commission work right now, and I love that. I've got a piece for JRC, which is Jewish Reconstructionist Congregation in Chicago, Evanston, and I'm just finishing up one for CRC, which is Central Reform Congregation in St. Louis. Randy Fleischer and I are working on that, and I've got one for a Montessori education place out in Seattle that's being finished, and I did one for a bar mitzvah here, two for a bar mitzvah and a bat mitzvah here. So this commission work has been my main focus, besides some Zoom concerts and things like that.
Fantastic. Susie, get in there.
Hi, me again. Hey, Billy, did you play in the band, like in high school and college?
Oh, yes, as I'm sure you did. Did you?
I did not, because I played the guitar. And when I was in band, they didn't have guitars. Now they have guitars in the marching band, but they didn't.
I'm sure that you could use the guitar as in the marching band on the bass drum.
But
That works right now.
That's right. I have a rain song also, so, you know, they say you could hit golf balls with it, you know.
Well, I started off, piano was my first instrument when I was 5, and then guitar when I was 8, and then trombone. So trombone was my entree into marching band and jazz band in high school and in college too. Yeah.
So no percussion?
Not until I was in college doing it as an extracurricular, you know, just with friends, banging on stuff. It sort of came naturally, yeah. I have taken lessons since then, mostly workshop style, and a few lessons. But mostly that was just something I found my way into, yeah.
So, I mean, if you sat down at a drum set, could you jam out for us? Or
yes, I could.
You're better off with the garbage cans.
I'm much better at the garbage cans, but I could jam on the drum set for you. I figured that out too, yeah.
Nice. And what about like when you travel? I mean, I've been to places that you have, I know where Asheville is, and I know where Oconomowoc, Wisconsin is. And I don't know, like, I know you put everything into that drum and it rides on a skateboard.
Yeah, so for those who are not familiar with me, this is my bass drum. It's a 35-gallon drum that was made by the Chicago Container Corp. And I don't know what that means, but that's what's written on it. And inside this barrel, I put my bells and my drums, and I have bucket drums like this that all sort of stack Russian doll style in the barrel. And so I put it in a duffel bag. It's a military black military duffel bag, and the fact that it fits was a sign from God.
Really?
It like a glove. I bought it and it fit, and so yeah, I travel with that. That's changing, you know. From time to time, I'll just travel with say these drums in a backpack and a guitar, or I'll just come and use whatever is there. But mostly, I travel with this barrel, a guitar, and my frame drums. Yeah, I have 3 of these.
And you don't even need a chair because you usually sit on the barrel.
Well, I sit on, let's see, it's right here. The barrel is up by itself, but inside the barrel is my bucket of joy, and I sit. It's got even a little squishy cushion on the top.
Oh my gosh! Can you play us something on that fine bass drum?
I'll need you guys to fill time while I go get one of the main parts out of the car.
Okay.
I had it at my daughter's preschool this morning, so I'm going to bring it in, and I'll be back.
Okay, we'll make it work.
All right, Susie, you want to grab your guitar and play a little something?
Well, I could do that. I could show you one of my favorite things that Billy showed me. That
Okay.
I share with my students all the time, especially on the 4th of July and like New Year's. And I always ask them if they have seen any fireworks. Have you ever gone to see the fireworks? So Billy taught me this a long time ago. So ready? You're going to help me do this. Put your hands
Okay.
out to the side, and you have to light the spark. You have to light the flame. Now bring it in. Ooh, ah, oh, pretty colors. Come on, let's do it one more time. Ready?
Oh, I won't remember the order.
No, I'll do it with you. Ready?
All right.
Light the fire. Ooh, ah, oh, pretty colors.
Oh,
The kids cannot get enough of that, and then they come back after they've seen the 4th of July fireworks, and they do it. They do it while they're out of the 4th of July. So maybe Billy will do it when he comes back in.
do they do it? Do they do it to a song, or do they just do it to a hand motion?
Nope, just exactly what you just saw. And I don't. We were at Havanashira, and I don't remember what happened.
You know what? You got to forgive me for interrupting, but you need to explain what Havana Shira is, because I mean I know, but the audience might not know what Havana Shira is.
Havanashira is a workshop. It was started by Jeff Klepper and Debbie Friedman, I believe, in 1992. And it was started off for song leaders, where all the song leaders that were going to go into camp, they wanted to prepare them with the songs either that had never been recorded before, or the brand new songs, or what the song leaders were going to add and bring to the summer camps. And then it grew from there. So there are it's with the reform movement, but there are conservative and observant people who go. There are some people who've gone since the first year. I tried to go since the first year, but I always had a conflict. So I started going in 2006. But and then it broke off into another program called Shabbat Shirah, which doesn't involve the youth song leaders. It's just for the adults, and it's a smaller program, which is usually in October. We should be heading to that in the next few weeks, but sadly we're not.
Well, I've never been to that one. I have to go there with you.
Yeah, that's it's a beautiful one. It's a beautiful one. And so we learn from each other. We learn from Debbie Friedman's been there, Dan Nichols, pretty much sadly not Debbie Friedman on your show, but a lot of the people that have been on your show before. Josh Nelson, Noam Katz. So
Craig Taubman, I know he was there when I was there.
Craig Taubman has been there.
Dan Nichols was there. Perry Smilo was there when I went.
Mm-hmm.
It's an incredible. It's
Julie
an incredible.
Silver's been there. Beth Schaefer.
Right. It's a nonstop, 3-day music fest.
Yes, it is, and we live for it. And when they open up the registration for it, it is we have such a panic. Remember when you and I did that? It was such a panic. Oh my God, are you in? Are you in? Are you in? Are you in? So and it used to be a lot smaller, but it's built up, and it is just something. And we truly miss it. We were supposed to be there the beginning of June, end of May, beginning of June.
God willing, June we'll be there.
I hope so. But and I've met some of my mentors and my people that I learn from, and and they teach us. Usually we are the first ones to hear the songs before they make the hit parade, before they get on the out there for the public.
Yes.
And and we've done choral music and song leading music and fun music and Jewish music, and
I remember I took a drum workshop and a song leading workshop with Ellen Dreskin. It was an incredible experience.
Yeah.
And every one of those people have been on the show.
Yep. And more to come.
Now we've got the the unbelievably talented Billy Jonas.
Look at him. He's climbing in there.
Yeah, he's getting himself all ready. He's getting into his garbage cans, and there he goes.
Well, I'll tell you, can you hear me again?
Yes.
Perfect.
That I'm using a microphone right now that's not set up for this, what we're going to do. But you'll excuse the distortion, hopefully, and you'll get a flavor of it. These are what we call magic music moccasins. And we've got Altoids filled with ball bearings and sticks in them. And you can't see this with the video set up the way it is. This is a Fussenklonger. It's a foot noise maker. And it's got a horn and a bell and 2 tin cans of broomstick. And the frying pan came from Germany in like 1932 or something. My great Aunt Frida, we called her Tante Frida. She brought it over when she moved here, and every time I play it, I think of her. She's no longer alive, but she lives on, of course, in the music. And
How'd you get the name of it?
the Fussenklonger? Well, what's it sound like it means? Because I made that up.
Exactly what it means.
I mean, I don't...
Fussenklonger.
A Fussenklonger. I remember in
It reminds me of the show where the 3 older women they had their show together. The Golden Girls.
Yeah, Golden Girls.
Yes, what's her name? Who's still alive? Uses all those funny words.
Betty White.
Betty White. She'll say things like, "I was at Bussenwager camp and a Buschenpasture."
This is awesome. This is. Oh, this is
right.
Yeah, I know.
So as I mentioned, you can't really see the Fussenklonger while I'm with the video set up, but it's happening, and I bet that's a little distorted, isn't it?
No, it's perfect.
No, it's fine.
Wonderful.
Will you guys be the band? You could just use your fingers and say 1. Goes through the whole song. 1. And you probably want to mute, but 1. Every time we get to the 1, it's 1. All through the song, 1 is the only number. 1 is the only word one ever needs to say when 1 counts in the new math, because 1 plus 1 makes 1. One day in a distant land, 1 woman and 1 man. 1 thing led to another. 1 was a father, 1 was a mother. One day, a daughter and a son. 1 year later, another. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 makes 1. Human race on the run. 1 will run for the president. 1 will run because he can't pay the rent. 1 runs COVID operations. 1 will run with no destination. 1 says, wait, just not fair. 1 plate full and 1 plate bare. 1 flaw after another. 1 solution. Add them all together. Plus 1 plus 1 makes 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 makes 1 by 1. The tribe scattered. 1 got thin, 1 got fatter. 1 got cake, 1 the batter. 1 in the gutter, 1 up the ladder. 1 hangs with the bad youth. 1 marches Martin Luther's troop. 1 sings to the secret police. 1 goes trekking after Mother Teresa. 1 plays peekaboo with a baby girl. 1 plays checkers with an arsenal. Up a mountain just to get air. 1 pops wheelies in a wheelchair. 1 like Jesus, 1 like Judah. 1 Yogananda, Muhammad, the Buddha. 1 says, wait, how do you pick a path? 1 solution, new math. Plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 makes 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 makes 1. 1. Last part's different. I'll say words, you say the opposite. 1 goes up and 1 goes
Down.
1 is square and 1 is round. 1 will smile and 1 will
Round.
1 is lost and 1 is
Round.
1 is hot and 1 is cold. 1 is young and 1 is old. 1 is silver, 1 is gold. 1 gets bought and 1 gets sold. 1 goes left and 1 goes right. 1 by day and 1 by night. 1 is dark and 1 is light. 1 is and 1 is white. 1 says yes and 1 says no. 1 goes fast and 1 goes slow. slow, one goes high, one goes low. One says stop and one says go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, you are so talented. Oh,
Some people say
wow.
it's talent, and some people say it's an ADD coping mechanism. But either way, it's fun, and it's
I don't
enjoyable
know.
to share.
I don't know too many really great musicians that don't have ADD. I mean,
There you
no,
go.
I could be sitting here having a conversation with you, and I'll suddenly just say something to you that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. It's a fly on the wall.
We say squirrel.
Squirrel.
In my family, we just say, "Let's go ride bikes," which harkens back to the joke: how many ADD, ADHD people does it take to change a light bulb? Let's go ride bikes. So we just skip the joke and we go right to the punchline.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That was awesome. Hey Billy, would you do one of my there are a lot of favorite things that you do. I was telling everybody the fireworks.
I'm so glad you requested that. So if you're watching from your home or your car, wherever, and you're in a car, definitely pull over for this. Fireworks of applause. First, we start with a round of applause, and then a square of applause. Then we do triangle of applause. Most important, fireworks of applause. Ooh. Ah. Oh. Pretty colors. Nice.
You can do that a million times. I love that every time.
You know what's fun about it? Of course, it originated with young folks and family concerts, but adults really enjoy it. And it's great. It's, again, the embodied Judaism thing. It's just a little thing that happens, but it connects everybody. And they remember it, they smile. And as the playwright Ibsen said, once they smile, their mouths are open, and you can sort of offer a little truth in there. So, and that's what I see as my job, is like a spiritual ambassador. Whether it's with children or adults, I believe, and you guys as well. This is what it's all about, is finding a way to make people help people feel comfortable enough that you can offer songs that maybe are challenging, or maybe ask them to get out of their comfort zone, whether it's just singing. Some people, that's their challenge zone, is being willing to sing. And some, it's something you talk about in the song, like in that last song I said, one hanging with the bad youth, one marching Martin Luther's truth. Sometimes for a Jewish audience, it's hard to hear in that context that we're looking at all the different ones that come together as one big one, which is exactly the truth of the Shema. Adonai Echad. God is one. The oneness of all things is God. And so the opportunity to get people smiling and open and offer them a new perspective is a great joy for me. Yeah.
How incredible. If you had to choose one song you wanted to close our time together with, what would it be?
Yeah,
Say God is in. Say God is in. Say God is in.
That I would do that, except the texture of this one would be my preference. Let's see which guitar we'll use.
I guess I can't actually ask you to sing the song about what happens outside. Never mind, I won't ask you.
Can't do that one.
I'll explain it to Michelle later.
Yeah, I want to hear that one.
There's some songs we do during the late night sessions at Havana Shira and Song Leader Boot Camp. And for those watching, if you've never been to Havana Shira or Song Leader Boot Camp, please do yourself a favor and come. It's like a family reunion that's centered around music, but it's so much more than that too. It's such a sense of renewal that I get. And when I first went to Havana Shira, because I went there before Song Leader Boot Camp had started, I went, oh, here they are. Here it is. It was the feeling like, oh.
Right, where did all the campers go? Here they are.
Right.
Right.
It's true. We can't wait to get to Havana Shira. Year after year.
A bunch of grown-up children.
Well, Susan, I would love to oblige you with the song God is In, which is one of my favorite songs. I'm feeling this one, though. And this is a song that came in a dream. In the dream, it was James Taylor singing.
Oh.
And I woke up and I was sad because why does James get all the good songs? It's my dream. I should get a song. And then I realized that I'd never heard this James Taylor song before, which meant that James Taylor had hijacked the song in my dream, which I was fine with. So I woke up and called my answering machine and left what I could remember of the song, and the next day I started putting it back together. I'd forgotten the dream. If I hadn't recorded it, it would have been gone. And it's got hand motions, maybe you know these. To be one, when you're ready, you make the letter R side to side. To become, palms together. Stand strong and surrender when you're ready to be one. So this goes back to what we were just saying about the Shema. I often do the workshop that I call Living the Shema, and I believe that the Shema is such a holographic prayer. What I mean by that is, contained in it is so much depth and so many little pieces and parts that can be picked apart, or you can dive into them, and they reveal so much mystery and so much truth about this entire tradition. With my B'nai Mitzvah students, when I was doing tutoring a few years back, I used to say, let's translate the Shema. I'd say, Shema Yisrael, what's that mean? They'd say, hear, O Israel. I go, right. What's Yisrael? Oh, that means wrestles with God. Oh, what's that mean? And we would dig it and dig and dig until we had a whole new prayer. This song is a meditation on it. A little iyun, a little kavanah to set you right with the Shema. If you want to be one with the water, dance with the river, sing with the sea. If you want to be one with the air, rage with the thunder and whisper to me when you're ready to become. Stand strong and surrender when you're ready to be one. If you want to be one with the earth, melt with the mountains, shift with the sand. If you want to be one with the fire, burn your bridges and reach for my hand when you're ready to become. Stand strong and surrender when you're ready to be one. If you want to be one with the infinite, spin with the planets, shine with the stars. If you want to be one with your spirit, surrender. You already are ready to become. Stand strong and surrender when you're ready to be one. If you want to be one, if you want to be one, if you want to be one.
Thank you for bringing us closer to God tonight, Billy.
You're welcome. Thank you for the opportunity, and thanks for great questions. Thanks for making me feel so honored and welcome.
Oh, you are, yes. What'd you put on that?
I have a list. I have a list of songs. And it's on there, Modeh Ani was one, Tango. I got a list. I put it together. That was one of them. So you didn't do God is in, but that was right.
Billy, you might beat to your own drum, but you sure take God with you.
Oh, that's my hope. That's my intention. Thank you.
You do. God is beating with you. And you made us feel it tonight. So thank you so much for taking the time to be with us.
And I'm a fan of what you do too, and so I look forward to turning the table in a time that we get to just feature what you do. I'm sure you've done that kind of thing, but I'd love to be a fly on the wall for that, so keep me posted.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I don't think you know too much about my stuff. Probably the only piece of mine maybe that you've heard is the Baruch Hu, maybe?
Oh yeah, we've done it many, many times.
Right, but
Now,
hopefully I've written a lot more than that.
Well, Now, is there a different Rochelle Nelson who did the Ruach Elohim?
That's Lisa Levine.
Oh, okay. I was confusing that one. Anyway, there's been a,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Lisa Levine.
All right.
She's
So
wonderful.
there have been other things that we've done at our temple. So yes, I'm familiar.
Maybe Modima Nachnulach, I'm not sure, but I'll send you a few things to listen to.
What would you
love
write with Noah Aronson? What was the name of the song you wrote with Noah Aronson?
I wrote a couple things. I wrote I'm blanking. I wrote
Oh yeah.
wait, I wrote
Sorry, I caught you off guard. I know I can't remember the name of it. You just sang it.
Leah, what did I write with Noah? What? Oh gosh. I'm blanking. I'm just totally blanking.
It's all right. Hey,
But-
Billy, would you tell everybody? You told everybody about Abraham Jam.
Yeah.
Would you tell everybody like where they could find? You have like CDs,
Yes.
and videos, and where they could look for you, and where they can get you, and where they could.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let me send. I just want to send this text right quick. Let's see. Hey Noah, what did you write with Rochelle Nelson?
I could have done that, by the way. I could have gotten Noah on the phone.
All right, we'll see what he says. So BillyJonas.com, Abraham.com. There's a new initiative I have called Bridging Divides. Bridging Divides. And you can go to Bridging Divides, BillyJonas.com, but you just go to my website, it's there. And that's all songs to catapult us into this new decade, which officially starts in 2021, but I know it feels like we're in the new decade. And I'm writing songs right now. That's what a lot of these commissions are for. They'll be released at the end of the year. So find out about Bridging Divides and commission a song for it. We've got 3 months left. And this is all happening now to be released December 31st. December 31st. And BillyJonas.com. And then there's Twitter and there's Facebook and all that stuff at Billy Jonas Music. There's a YouTube page. There's yeah.
And you'll Zoom to a school. You'll hopefully one day we'll get back into the school building, but you'll do online concerts for schools and synagogues and.
I'm doing a bunch of that. When we hang up, I'm editing a video for a school in North Carolina. Yep.
Oh,
For a
fantastic.
birthday concert, yeah.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
You're
Well-
worth the follow. We love you.
When you find out what I wrote with Noah, just let me know.
All right. He hasn't texted back yet, but we'll see.
He will.
What was that? That's so
we
funny. I
wrote,
can't
we
remember.
wrote two pieces. One of them is in his Chai book that his Chai project. And then we wrote one earlier on. Gosh,
Gosh, I know. I'm sorry I caught you off guard on that.
I wish you
bad.
could find. I wish you could find it faster than me. I'm blanking. I'll send Billy. I'll send you a. You know what you need to do? You need to give us. Well, not on here, but we need your real phone number because.
Rochelle, Kol Tov.
Ah,
Yes, Colto. Andrea.
Beautiful. It was in our high holiday service.
Beautiful.
yeah.
Wow.
Thank goodness.
Thank God Andrea was looking. And there's another one too, Andrea, that he and I wrote
It took me a
earlier.
second. I could vision it in my head, and I was trying to remember, and it just came to me.
That's great. Well,
It was on our high holiday services, and it was very beautiful.
right, and we did it together. Billy, again, thank you so much for giving us your time.
Thank you. A privilege.
It was an honor to have you. God bless you. Keep writing, keep getting commissions, and keep beating that drum with God.
Thank you